Hello and welcome to AirgunWeb.com, your home for honest, real-world airgun reviews and information, where we bring you the facts, not fluff. Not too long ago, I took a look at the Umarex Fuel in 177. Today we're going to take a look at the same rifle, but this time in .22 caliber. Let's get started. The Fuel represents a move by Umarex to create a crossover airgun that shoots like a firearm. That's actually not that hard to do with a PCP airgun, but the Fuel's not a PCP. It's a breakbarrel airgun powered by the reaction gas piston, and therefore should require special technique to see repeatable accuracy. But does it? The stock on the Fuel is an ambidextrous synthetic thumbhole stock that incorporates a bipod. The legs are magnetically held into place when not in use. The rifle ships with fiber optic sights, as well as an upgraded scope from the original 177 that I tested. This scope is a 3-9x32 with an adjustable objective. The adjustable objective is a key feature in any airgun scope, and it allows you to use the full magnification range from down to 7.5 yards. Other important features on the Fuel continue with the silence air integrated suppressor. This, along with the reaction gas piston, really keep the shot noise to a minimum. Lastly, there's the adjustable trigger. The adjustment allows you to change the position of the second stage pull, but not the weight, which breaks at around 5.2 pounds on my sample rifle. It's a bit gritty in my opinion and requires a good bit of attention during the shooting cycle to remain on target. Let's go ahead and get to the meat of the matter here and talk performance and accuracy. The .22 caliber Fuel is marketed as a 1,000 foot per second airgun if you're using lightweight alloy pellets. If you're going to use lead pellets like the RWS Hobby pellets, they're 11.9 grains, it's marketed as an 800 foot per second airgun. Now I crony tested the rifle when I first received it, and it was shooting around 780 FPS with the Hobby pellets. Now that the rifle is through the break-in process, the average velocity has actually risen to 801 FPS, with an extreme spread of only 6 feet per second and a standard deviation of a mere 2 feet per second. That's really good consistency. The most accurate pellet I've tested so far has been the H&N Field Target Trophy. They're heavier at 14.66 grains, and they're averaging 693 FPS and 15.64 foot-pounds. If you want maximum energy, the RWS Superdomes were definitely top of the list, with an average velocity of 754 FPS and 18.31 foot-pounds at the muzzle. Initially, accuracy proved to be elusive with the Fuel. It would deliver an amazing group and then follow up with a terrible group. The more I shot it, the more consistent I became. While the rifle does not require the artillery hold, it is still hold sensitive, regardless if you shoot from the built-in bipod or if you're shooting from the artillery hold. Here are some 20-yard groups for your review. The first is a typical group from the RWS Superdomes. The next is a typical group from the H&N Field Target Trophies. The last group is the best group of the day, shot with the Field Target Trophies. All of these were shot from the bench using the built-in bipod. So let's go ahead and take a look at our final summary. And I've got a little bit more than usual to comment on here, so definitely bear with me. Let's start with what could be better on the Fuel. The trigger, while adjustable, was very gritty, and it made shooting the Fuel harder than it needed to be. Next is the hold sensitivity, which is really a two-edged sword. On one hand, it can be extremely frustrating because changes in hold will cause significant changes in your point of impact. On the other hand, the sensitivity does require the shooter to really concentrate and practice on good hold and trigger discipline. Now let's move on to all the good things about the .22 caliber fuel. First, let's consider the price. At well under $200, you're getting a reaxis gas piston power plant, silence air suppressor, AO scope, thumb hole stock, and a built-in bipod. A quick search of anything close to that feature set yields 0 results. Moreover, Umarex fully delivered on the performance and produced a .22 cal airgun that's shooting 800 FPS. So who is the ideal customer for the fuel? If you're an airgunner that owns a lot of European airguns and can describe in detail how the record trigger is adjusted, this is probably not going to be the right rifle for you. On the other hand, it may make the ideal first airgun for someone who wants to do some basic target shooting in the backyard or maybe clear out some pesky squirrels. With some time on the bench and the right pellets in hand, the fuel brings a lot of enjoyment to the backyard and allows folks to get in some trigger time with very little initial out-of-pocket. I'd like to take a moment and thank Umarex USA for sending us this cool airgun, and also Pyramid Air for sponsoring AirgunWeb in these videos. Be sure to take a look at the video description for more information and links to the products used in this video, along with a special discount code just for AirgunWeb viewers. And when you make your next purchase over at Pyramid Air, please be sure to let them know that Rick at AirgunWeb sent you their way. When you're looking for honest, real-world airgun reviews, think AirgunWeb, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. I'm Rick Eutsler with AirgunWeb.com. Thanks again for watching.